Welcome back. I am Jen Potter and I am the host of Networking Now. And today we have been joined by Michelle Drew. She is a naturopathic wellness consultant who has spent years in the corporate industry, and then something tragic happened. She ended up in a coma for 3 weeks and changed her life completely. And it's amazing how something so traumatic has made such a difference in her life, because not only has she changed her life, she has been able to help change other people's lives by helping them live a healthier life and a better gut health. And before the break, we talked a little bit more about that gut health and what it is like to actually change it and why it makes such a difference. So, welcome back, Michelle. Thank you so much for that. And,
Thank you.
oh, yeah, absolutely. And, we talked about, how important the gut health is before the break. And, taking care of ourselves leads to all of these other things, all of these other reasons. And you said something that really like kind of resonated with me, because I've had a lot of traumatic, things happen in my lifetime. And I know you know that personally. And, I've had these instances where I too have almost died. And it really changes your outlook, because when you said, sometimes our clients change their gut health because they want to be there for their grandchildren, or they want to be there to walk their child down the aisle. And, sometimes when we're going through the day-to-day in life, we don't necessarily always think about that right away. We don't necessarily put ourselves first. We don't think when we're eating the bag of junk food that it's going to make a big difference on our lives. But the more and more we do that, and the more and more we don't take care of ourselves and we let our body start to go, as we get older, our brains think that we can do something, but our bodies most certainly say no. And I can tell you firsthand, as an athlete, the more that I pushed my body when I was younger, when I go to do something now, I can't even sit with my legs crossed like Indian style. My brain tells me I can. Physically, my knee tells me I can't. And that's like topical. I know it's internal, but it's like, our extremities. But then you take that same type of mentality and you think about our gut, and where our body's telling us, yes, I can eat that, high lactose, sugary meal. But what's going to happen is, how awful am I going to feel for the next 24 hours because I chose to put something like that in my body? Now, if you're doing that in balance and you're taking care of yourself, doing that so every so often really isn't that big of a deal. We can enjoy those things because it's moderation, right? And I think that that's really important to kind of like really like drive home with that. And there's a lot of things that you do and that you're going to continue to do in this community. And being able to kind of educate people on why it's so important, I think, is really important. Not only are you, you do your wellness coaching. I know you also sell supplements and stuff as well, which adds, you're able to kind of expand your network and expand your business and being able to help other people, which I think is really cool. Because I was talking to someone else today and they're like, oh yeah, she sells her stuff at this place. And I was like, oh, that's really awesome. I had no idea. So I learned something new today just because I was talking about you being on the show, and I thought it was really cool. So, with that being said, is there anything that you want to continue, like add to that, with the gut health, add on to it a little bit more, um, and tell our audience about something that you may want them to just know a little bit more about?
Yeah, definitely. There's so much information out there. There are so many different products and supplements, and you walk into a GNC or a vitamin shop, and the average person is lost. And I am super, super, super. I mean, it has to be science-based. My
Mhm.
supplements have to be science-based and proven with white papers and testimonials and studies, double-blind studies. Um, and that's why I get the results that I get. And that's really important. But yeah, I mean, it's such a simple thing. And another thing that as you were talking, another Hippocrates quote came into my mind: "Before you heal a man, ask him if he's willing to give up the things that made him sick." It's true.
Wow.
Yeah.
It's true, right? Because I mean, you have the full ability to be able to help somebody, right?
Mhm.
It's kind of like, when people say you can lead a horse to water. It's the exact same thing. If that person does not want to change, that is not a you problem. That is a them problem. And it is so hard for us because we're like, I want to fix you. And they're like, I don't want to be fixed. So knowing like and that's the thing, right? Like that's totally fine. Or they're like, I want to lose weight, but I don't want to stop eating the junk food. Well, the magic bullet isn't going to be
Right.
your end all be all because there's a consequence to every action. And not going down that road, but like it's true. Like we have to be willing to make the changes. And just as long as we're willing to
Yes.
make the changes for ourselves, I think that that's the most important part. And, one of the things that you were talking about we talked about in the break is, that you have this something that you really would like to leave the audience with. And I think it's something really cool. And I would love for you to tell everybody what that is that you're going to leave them with. You're going to spend a few minutes talking about this, and it's something that they'll be able to play over and over again and just kind of take it with them.
Yes, definitely. I always love to leave something for free with my audiences. So I'm going to run through 10 things that you can do for free or almost free to improve your health today. So the first one is hydrate. Drink your water, half your body weight in ounces. So if you weigh 150 pounds, 75 ounces. And I always say, if you're not doing that now, it's fine. Just add a couple of ounces, 2 to 4 ounces a day to your water intake. And at the end of the day, instead of having this feeling of, oh, I have to drink all this water, how about I get to drink all this water? And then at the end of the day, reward yourself and say, I feel great that I got my water in today. So instead of making it I have to, I get to. And the next one is stop eating from a drive-up window. um, Eat more colorful fruits and vegetables. And a little tagline to that is use a good veggie wash to get the chemicals and wax and all of that off of the veggies. Choose your tribe carefully. We need to protect our circle. We need to be around positive, authentic, real people that that makes such a difference. Huge. That's why I like my networking people, because it's a great tribe to be a part of. And slow down, meditate. And if you can't get your head around the word meditate, that's okay. Wait, get up 10 minutes early in the morning and go outside barefooted. And that's going to be one of my next tips. Barefooted, maybe not in New England, but we're getting to spring. First light. So get up 10 minutes early at first light, get outside, take some deep breaths, and be quiet for 10 minutes. And we'll call that meditation. Okay.
I love
um,
that.
yeah. Yeah. You don't have to label it meditation if you believe that you can't do it. Just call it getting quiet. um, Getting outside in nature at first light, getting your feet on the earth, doing the deep breathing. You can do those. You can get up 10 minutes early and do all of those that I just talked about. Take your shoes off, go outside, close your eyes, take deep breaths for 10 minutes. That will change the trajectory of your day. It really will. Cold plunge with your friends. I haven't gotten that one yet. Come spring, I have
Those are
a
my
plan.
favorite.
Ah,
You can come
I
and
see.
join me. I do them in the ocean every other week.
All right. All right. I will absolutely do that for sure. That makes a huge difference in just everything. The detoxing your organs and the cortisol, and just it's amazing. And the last one is knowing the pH of your body. And I don't have a kit with me right here, but it's really important to know what your pH is, because disease lives and thrives in an acidic environment. So you don't want your pH of your body to be acidic. You want to be in that balanced range of 7.2 to 7.6 is kind of my target. So those are your 10 things that you can do for free.
I love that. I love that. And like I said, you're gonna have to do the cold plunge with me. And I know that this isn't a plug, but I'm gonna ask you, is there a veggie wash that you prefer?
Yes. And I don't have anything to do with it. I get it at Walmart just like everybody else. It's called Veggie Wash, and it's very
Awesome.
colorful. It's got all the vegetables on the front. It's one of the top two that are recommended. So
That's awesome. That's good to know.
Just
Because
called
as soon as
veggie
you said it,
wash.
I was like, "Ooh, I wanna use it," because I rinse everything off that I use, and, coming from a place where I live in a right to farm town, and
Yes,
there's a lot of farming, and even so, on a complete random side note, why veggie wash is so important, even if it's organic, they still have to use pesticides.
right.
So I think that that's really important to recognize, and, so now I would love for you to tell everybody how they can get a hold of you. So all of the social media handles, any of the groups that you have online, any way that you can get a hold, they can get a hold of you.
Yeah, definitely. Well, my website is Drew Natural Wellness because a lot of people don't spell naturopathic. So Drew I just saw that pop up. mdrewnaturalwellness.com is my website. mdrewnaturalwellness.com, I mean, at gmail.com is my email. I am listed in LinkedIn under Drew Natural Wellness. And then on Facebook, it's just still my name. Um, so just Michelle Drew on Facebook. And that's it at this point.
I love it. That was perfect. I am so happy that you joined me today and I got to know even more about you and I got to learn all about a new veggie wash. So it was a win-win. There are so many things that I got to learn and it's always that point of getting to learn about somebody a little bit more, why your job is so important, why you do what you do makes you extremely unique and special, and you are changing people's lives, and even just in passive conversations you're changing people's lives. So I'm really grateful that I have had the opportunity to get to know you and continue to get to know you. I'm really happy that you were able to come on the show and tell everybody a little bit about what you do and how they can get a hold of you. And if you are looking to reach out to Michelle, you think she might be someone that you love to connect with, she gave you all of her social media handles. It's also in the show notes. And then, or you can just reach out to me directly. So I am Jen Potter. I am the host of Networking Now, where we network with people from all over the country and all over the world and get everyone to come together and collaborate. I will see you soon, and I hope you have a great day.
This has been a Now Media Networks feature presentation. All rights reserved.